So I'm coming on to do a tutorial on how I made these earrings that I posted on my Instagram and Facebook page yesterday. I've been making these since high school. A teacher taught me how to do them. I got some beads from my Secret Santa, and it's just a wired wrap little earrings. I don't if it clears up, it might not focus being that I'm there. There it goes. So they're just little dangles, and it has these wire wrap to it. So that in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple, so stay tuned if you want to watch how to make these dangle earrings. You can use the dangles for necklaces, bracelets, whatever, but it has the little wire wrap around them. I get so many compliments on them. They're very cute, very easy to do, and I'll show you a couple of different ways I've done them in the video to come. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these earrings that I posted on my Instagram and Facebook page. These are the ones that I posted, but I've been making them for quite some time. I really love making them with the glass pearls, and I just do a bunch of different colors, and you'll notice that sometimes they look a little different. So this is with pink and purple, if you'll focus in on them. Pink and purple pearls. I have pink and black pearls. They're so fun to make, easy to make, very easy to give as a gift for Christmas. I wish it would focus in, if I can get it to focus in on them instead of my face. There it goes. So as you can see, just fun wire wrapped around. You can do little ones. I've done big ones, so here's a couple of big ones I've done. See if I can hold it to get it to focus in. So I've done bigger beads. These are those tiger eye type beads with the wire wrap. You'll notice down at the bottom it has an extra frill to it, just little swirlies. I've done just really big beads. These are just fun ones that I've played around when I first started learning how to do it. They're just fun to make. They just hang, of course, with the mask on. You know, it's hard to wear earrings because I would be wearing a set I wore today. But I'm just going to get started and show you guys how to make this. So let me turn the camera down. Alright, so, there we go. I'll move it back a little. So what you're going to need is just your beads, whatever you're going to do. If I do just the circle beads, you can do any size. I sometimes do... if I do just the two beads where I do two colors, I usually like to have a spacer in between. It could be a flower spacer. It can be any kind of spacer. You don't have to. I just like the look of having the spacer in between it. If you do multiple beads, like with this one, it's just all, it's just all the different size beads. I've done it where I've done like, where it's like the big bead to the little bead, and wired wrap it like this. It's whatever you want. So today I was just going to show you something simple to show you how to do it. The other thing I was going to tell you that you don't have to do it as loose of a wire wrap too. I've done some where the wire's wrapped really tight around, and it's really pretty. They're just fun and simple. So if you really want to get technical, you can always measure your wire. I just usually eyeball it. You do need your needle nose pliers, your round nose pliers, and wire cutters. And you'll notice that my wire is starting to tarnish a little bit, even though it's not supposed to tarnish. But I think it's because where I was storing it, it was the temperature was getting a little wacky in our garage. But you can just take some tarnish and rub it off, or I just usually use my fingers and it comes clear, or whatever. So you're going to take your wire. I like using the 22 gauge. I wouldn't suggest any thinner because you want it to be sturdy enough that it won't bend easy the thinner you go. So usually it's the bigger you go, the thinner it gets. So I would say 22, maybe 24, 20 is a good gauge, but I really love using this. This is artistic wire. I got this years ago. That's why it's also tarnishing too. But of course it says it's no tarnish silver. But I got it off Amazon. I'll put a link to that in the video. It's artistic wire. I really love using it. It came in this big spool, and I have been using it, like I said, for quite some time. So what you're going to do is I just usually like take this amount and cut it, but let's just measure it so you can kind of see how to measure it. So let's do, because you want to have enough wire to wire wrap. So 6, let's do 6. Now again, I'm not doing this correctly. Let's do about 10 inches of wire, give or take a few, because I just kind of eyeballed it. So you take your wire, and then I'm going to take my other wire. Now you'll notice to straighten your wire, you just kind of pull it in between your 2 fingers to straighten it. Now it's not going to be perfectly straight, but that's okay. And then I just kind of line it up with the other wire, and I'll cut it there. And when I do this, I usually use the back of the cutter, so that way it kind of evens up the wire. Oops. Alright, so now you're going to take your needle nose pliers. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And you're going to take one of your wires. And like I said, to straighten it, you just kind of run it through your fingers to pull it straight. Now, if you've ever did any jewelry making, you know how to do this, so you can just go ahead and do it. If not, you're going to take your needle nose wound pliers and you're going to make a circle down at the bottom. And what I've done is sometimes I can't remember what size hoops I like, so when I find a size hoop, you'll see that I can mark on my hoops, so that way I know exactly what size I like. So I kind of do it about there, and then I'm just going to circle it around. I think I came up too high on the video, but that's okay. So it makes this little circle. Now, to get it that special little shape, you're just going to go back one to give it a little notch. And then I take my flat nose and I close the hoop. And it gives it that little flat look. If I can get it in there with the sun shining. It's hard to, and my skin's so light. There it goes. Focused in. So, you get that little nice, if I can stop moving, flat, well, look to it so the beads will stay onto it, okay? Then you just put your beads on. So I chose, these again are the beads I got from my Secret Santa. So I just chose green and red since holidays are coming. So I'm going to do red first. I'm going to put my spacer in between. And then I'm going to do my other one. These are also pretty if you use like crystal beads or, you know, I mean, it's really simple, whatever you want to do. So then again, I go up a couple, not even a half an inch. I'm going to go, sorry, keep forgetting where my video is. I'm going to go up about here, and I'm going to make another loop. So same way, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I just wrapped it around the pliers, and then I'm going to push it down a little bit to make that, if you can focus, there it goes, that nice little look to it, okay? Now you'll notice that it's not both the same way, easy fix. Either your top one or your bottom one, you're just going to hold and you're going to twist your wire so that way it's both the same way. Now as you're holding your flat nose pliers, you're going to hold the little loop you just made and you're going to circle around the wire to make the little pretty thing on top. Now I did it a little too big, but that's okay. Still will look pretty. Now when you get it to about where you want, so I'm going to do it one more time. So that way I'll show you, it looks like this now. I wish it would focus in. There it goes. So now it looks like this. So it has that little wire wrap on top. Very simple wire wrap. Now here comes the fun part. So you can either hold it with your nose pliers and then wrap it around. I just usually use my fingers. You can either wrap it tight. Sometimes I wrap it tight. So this is what it looks like if you wrap it tight. It's just around the beads. And then I kind of go back and unloosen it. So that way it kind of has the shape already. Sometimes that works. And see, when I undid it, it gave you that nice shape of the wire around the bead. Now, maybe you want more, so you can just play with it. So I'm going to push this up a little bit to give me a little more. And then I'm just going to use my fingers. So wire is very flexible, very easy to play with. So you just kind of circle it around till you get the shape you want. Okay, so this is kind of how I got it. Now you'll notice that sometimes when you do this, it bends the center. You just straighten it up. Now you can really play with it when you get it kind of where you want. So I got it to here. If I can get it to focus. There. Like that. So I'm going to take my cutters and I'm going to cut a little bit off of it. Right there. So that way it gives us this type of shape. And then you just take your needle nose pliers and you make a loop in the bottom. And then you're going to fit it through the circle part down there. I think I closed it up too much, so it's an easy fix. Just open up the hole, put it in, and then you're going to close it. Okay, and you'll notice that I flattened it all out while working with it, so you just go in and you reshape it to the way you want it. Like so. And then you can fix anything you want to fix. If you see something fixed, something you want to fix, something you want to straighten. And there is your first one. Okay? I don't know if it's focusing in on it too good. Wish it would focus. I think it's because of the glare. Sometimes I think it focuses better over here for some reason. I don't know, but there it is. Maybe it'll focus. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Well, you can kind of see it. I'll take a picture and post it on the video too. It's not really clearing up anywhere. There it goes. Ah, I found it. So as you can see, there's your first one. And you can do as many wires as you want, circles around. You can just play with it. So again, show you again, if I can show you. Take your nose, and you'll see that I have a marking, so I line it up with that marking on my nose pliers. You just twist your nose pliers. I always go high with that. And then I take my nose pliers back in, and I just bend it. It was a little bit smaller. Not as perfect, but you got your little loop. You put your beads on there. So you want to make sure you do the right color first. So we do red. Then you do your spacer or whatever other bead. And then you're going to do your twisty top part. Now this is where sometimes I get it even, uneven. So sometimes I try to use my earring that I already did and go in and find where I might have did the loop-de-loop. But like I said, sometimes that's hard to find. So, but it's homemade. It won't really matter. I get so many compliments. I made these a bunch of times for Christmas gifts. So you just do your circle. You twist the wire around the top. Now try to make sure it goes side by side each other. Sometimes I get it a little high. So I'm just going to push it down. And be careful not to poke your eye out when you do this, or your ear. But you just twist it around until you get it to where you want it. Again, I just kind of flatten it. So here's that. So as you can see, we got it there. Now I'm going to show you this way. You can just use your finger to wrap it around however you want. You just use your fingers and you just wrap it around. So I think I have, let's see, about 3 of them. What I do is I usually hold it up. Let's see, so I'll go around and in the front. So I'm just using my fingers to kind of bend in the circle. This is the tricky part. Sometimes it's easier to do it around the bead and then push it out. But it's just something you do when you do it. So then you're going to cut it. You're going to make your loop. Now with this, I'm not making that extra little part of the loop because I don't need it. So I'm just making a little loop and then closing it to hook in there. Oops. But again, it's just playing with the wire. So once you get used to doing it, you'll find your way of how you would like to do it. Like I said, there's different ways you can wrap it around the beads and then pull it out. You can do it like this, and then you just sit here and you fix it how you want. And you'll notice that sometimes one earring is tighter than the other. It just happens, but it doesn't really matter as long as it looks good. Sometimes I'll make multiple ones and notice that that one that I made for the other one does not really go with this one, so I'm going to use it with that one, as long as it's the same beads. But they're just supposed to be fun and easy, and even if they're not the same, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's the two of them, and you can see that my beads are turning. This one has more thing, but that's it. And then you add it to your earring hoops. I need to actually purchase some more earring hoops. I don't have enough, but you just add it, and then you can put it on your earring hoops like this. I added a little bead to the top part of this earring hoop. You don't have to. You can just put it on. The other fun thing is say you have like a little crystal you want to add or a little circle. You can add a dangle to it, a little dangle drop, or you can just leave it like this. But it's really simple. You just play with the wire and you just make a circle around it. Again, you can make it tighter, but they're just fun little earrings to make. I'll take pictures of it to show you at the end of the video, but that's how simple and easy. And just think about putting those on little cards to give to Christmas gifts. And you have extra wire, so like I said, I didn't need that much wire, but I never throw my wire out because I can always use it. But you have this extra wire here. You can add something extra to the bottom. If you want to add that little circle thing that I showed on the one earring, so on this one, there's a little, see if it focuses in. I think it's not, there it goes. Well, focus. Has that little extra loop to it. If you want to add that, all you got to do is do a really tiny circle at the bottom with your round nose pliers. So you just make a little circle where your wire touches the wire. So it just touches the wire like that. You take your flat nose pliers and you squeeze it in between, and then you take your so you have it in between. You take your and you just circle it around. So again, just keeping it side by side. You just circle it around as many times as you want. So let's do maybe one more. Maybe one more. So the more times you circle, the bigger it gets. So that's what I'm talking about. You have that little circle to it. You can leave it like this if you want, and you do the little notch so it straightens. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So you just add this little notch in, and then you add your beads to that. So you just bend it to make it look like an earring post, and then you add your beads in, which I don't have any extra beads on me. And then you do the thing and wire wrap it down. Actually, let me show you this. So this is neat too. I'm going to cut it just a little bit, and then I'm going to add a little circle to it. Let's see here. Let me add it this way. So I'm just going to add a circle, and I'm going to bend it back like I do to add that straight part. Now I probably needed a little more wire to it, but that's okay. And then I'm going to tighten that around it. Then you have this extra little piece to it. So you have the extra little loop to it. Actually, I kind of like that. I'll have to take a picture. I don't know if you can see it all that well. It won't focus in because my hand. Maybe if I did it on the back of my hand. Nope, it focuses on, there it goes. So it has that extra little hoop to it. See how cute that is? Let me do it again on the other one. So again, I'll show you. You just take it, your wire, which I think I can use the wire that I still was using. Make a small circle where it touches the other with the wire. I need to count how many times we went around. So then you take your flat nose, put it in between, and you just circle it around as many times as you did it. I don't know, so what I do is I kind of just do this. Sometimes it starts different. So then I might measure it up. Yep, perfect amount. I'm going to just kind of finish it a little bit. Get a little extra because I'm going to have to bend it back. So you got your circle. You just bend it back to make the straight part. So just take it and bend it back. Make the straight part. And I'm going to cut it a little bit. So and I'm going to use my round nose, make another loop, pull it back, then I'll add that to this one, close it around. So if you've worked with jewelry, you know kind of the technique of how to do some of this. With the wire wrap, it's just wrapping it around. So there we go. Added just a little extra dangle to it. So, but that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to click subscribe to my videos. I do unboxing videos and stuff like that. So this is my first jewelry tutorial. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more stuff and what you guys think. So have a great day.